Welcome to Rochester Cathedral for this morning's ceremony, and a particularly warm welcome to the graduating classes of both 2020 and 2021. The ceremony will begin shortly, but before then I have a couple of announcements. Firstly, it is important to remember that this is a celebration. And while we are in a very grand venue and a very old venue, I can assure you that your cheers will not break the windows nor lift the roof. But it would be great if you can show your appreciation to the graduates today by trying. Presentees, please, when you are asked to come and approach the stage, try and stay in the order in which you are seated. It would be a real shame if after all this time you crossed the stage and we read out the wrong name. There is hand sanitizer available for you, and when you cross the stage, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor will shake your hands. If you would rather not shake hands, then please just indicate to him as you cross that you would rather not. Once you've been presented, you will walk down the centre of the cathedral and return to your seats and stay there until the end of the ceremony. After the ceremony, graduates and guests will be able to meet for a reception in a marquee at the rear of the cathedral. Please follow the directions of stewards to find the marquee. There are toilet facilities available there and also opposite the corn exchange. In the unlikely event of an incident requiring evacuation, the emergency exits are located at the rear and the side of the cathedral. In such an event, please follow the directions of stewards to the muster point, which is out the back of the cathedral in the moat of the castle. And finally, can you please turn off or put on silent all mobile phones and electronic devices? Our ceremony will now commence with the entry of the Academic and Deputy Vice-Chancellor's processions. Please remain seated. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, the Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Engineering and Science, the University of Greenwich, Professor Martin Snowden.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, graduands, your families, friends, guests, and university staff, it is good to be with you here today. As Pro-Vice-Chancellor of the Faculty of Engineering and Science, it's my absolute honour to welcome you all to today's ceremony and to congratulate our wonderful graduates on their amazing achievements. I'm so pleased to see so many smiling faces before me, also very smartly dressed and very nice hats. So, let's start today's ceremony as we mean to go on and congratulate each and every one that's graduating today with a round of applause. We're extremely fortunate to be able to gather here today in this cathedral, the second oldest in the country. It is a truly special place. It reminds us of the university's 130-year-old history, which is modest compared to that of the cathedral, but nevertheless. As a university, we've been a seat of learning in which, of course, we take enormous pride. The heritage is one of high standards of teaching, research, and enterprise, and it's the reason why more than 38,000 students from across the world attend the University of Greenwich every year. We continue to enrich our legacy as a university. There are so many examples of wonderful achievements from the last 2 years in the Faculty of Engineering and Science. To name but a few, the Natural Resources Institute and the wider faculty were awarded a multi-million-pound grant to be part of Growing Kent and Medway, an initiative focused on strengthening Britain's horticulture, food and drink industries through research, innovation and enterprise. A consortium of 9 UK universities and research institutes, also led by the Natural Resources Institute, was awarded a prestigious grant to create a centre for doctoral training focused on developing the next generation of interdisciplinary food system thinkers. In the School of Science within the faculty, we have continued to demonstrate successes in student satisfaction with, for example, our forensic science programme, which has achieved 100% satisfaction for overall satisfaction 4 years in a row. A very, very unusual but great success. In order for us to allow as many students to undertake practical work, because it's a key element, or key facet, if you like, of the work that we do in engineering and science, is that practical work of students. And of course, during the COVID pandemic, it's been extremely difficult. So in order to allow as many students to come in and undertake work in a safe, socially distanced way, what we did this year was that we adapted one of our sports halls into a laboratory. That proved to be a great success. It allowed us, in fact, to actually get to today and have graduating cohorts, because we work with professional bodies, and it is a requirement of those bodies that in order to gain approval from those bodies, students undertake a minimum amount of practical work, and that adaptation of the laboratory won the university an award for innovative thinking during the COVID pandemic. At the University of Greenwich, we know that our students are outstanding and that you have endless potential and that you are able to achieve extraordinary things. I hope that throughout your time here that you felt that we've been able to inspire you and that you feel empowered in believing that you can achieve those things that you set out to do. I'd like to mention an example of an alumni of the university who was actually sitting in one of these seats not so many years ago, a gentleman called Steve Malkin. He graduated from civil engineering and is now the Chief Executive Officer of an organisation called the Planet Mark, which is helping multiple organisations, including the University of Greenwich, to reduce the carbon footprint, tackle climate change, and create a thriving environment. As a university, we are extremely fortunate that we have many graduates who have gone on to become world leaders, Nobel Prize winners, influential campaigners, business owners, and we celebrate these individuals in something called the Greenwich Portraits, the details of which can be found on our websites. So I, along with my colleagues and everyone at the university, look forward with interest to see how your careers develop and how you are able to shape the world going forward. I know that graduating during a global pandemic is daunting, but I have complete faith that each and every one of you will go on to do amazing things. I just want you to remember the famous saying that smooth seas don't make for good sailors. With your wide-ranging experience and the university's outstanding employability record, I know that you are fully prepared for your next big challenges. For today and for the future, I offer you my very best wishes and sincere congratulations. I'll conclude by drawing on the words of Nelson Mandela, who said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Graduates of 2020 and 2021, I urge you, go forward and change the world for the better. Thank you and congratulations.
Greenwich Students' Union Officer Zoe Campbell.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor. Hello and welcome everyone to this ceremony. It's amazing to see so many faces here to support our graduates of 2020 and 2021. My name is Zoe and I'm a Greenwich Students' Union officer, and my role involves supporting students at Greenwich and Kent who study at the Medway campus. I'm so proud to stand here and share in your ceremony today, a day where we get to look back and reflect on the years that you have spent getting yourself to this point. The highs and the lows, the late nights and early mornings, as well as the days where you may have just flopped into bed after a long day on campus. It was all worth it in the end, and you made it. Can we get a cheer for that? We must give thanks to those who supported you to get here, paving your way so that you were able to complete your journey to this point. So can we get a round of applause for the academics and support staff? And some noise, please, for your peers who joined you on this journey and at times may have helped to keep you on track. Can we get another cheer for them? And most importantly, your friends and family. Whether they're here today or watching online, can we get another big round of applause for them? It's been a tough few years, but what no one can deny is that you kept on going, you had the end goal in sight, and despite the pandemic, you still managed to get here and sit wearing your fancy hats. It's an incredible privilege to have reached this point, and I'd like to challenge each of you to take what you've learned, to go out into the world and make it a better place. Your next steps will send you off into all kinds of places, but please remember that you will always be welcome here, And as alumni, you are now part of an ever-growing network of wonderful minds who are doing amazing things for the world. I'll end by saying how amazing it is to be part of a generation who beat adversity, overcame so many pressures, and who keeps an optimism for a better tomorrow. You will go on and make that change, you will shape your path, and we will continue being so, so proud of all of you. Thank you.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I now call upon Professor Andrew Westby to present to you award holders from the Natural Resources Institute.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present to you award holders from the Natural Resources Institute. We will first recognise those graduating from the 2019-2020 academic year. And what's going to be really unusual is two things. One is that our first two graduates are actually husband and wife, which I think is a first for us. And the second is that we have a very special award in the middle of a Doctor of Science, which I'll tell you a little bit more about. So, for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of a programme of work entitled Identification and Characterisation of Cassava Proteins Interacting with Cassava brown streak virus, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Sumesh Mani Kakakunath. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Identifying Candidate Resistance Genes for Cassava brown streak virus, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to C.G. Philippe Daval. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Transcriptome and Genomic Studies on Afri-Cassava Whitefly Species of Amicia tabaci, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Joachim Uluchuku Nbwezi. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Enhancing Adaptive Capacity of Ghanaian Crop Farmers in Response to Climate Variability and Change, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Barbara Esther Ofori Kiera. For the degree of Master of Science, Agriculture for Sustainable Development, Ibrahim Youssef Mukaya, who also receives the Natural Resources Institute Prize for Best MSc for Agriculture for Sustainable Development dissertation. Seymour Zimura. For the degree of Master of Science, Food Safety and Quality Management, Eunji Ashton. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Environmental Sciences, Kelly May Humberstone, who, also receives the University of Greenwich Merit Award for Outstanding Achievement. Lynn Marie Lind, who also receives the Natural Resources Institute Prize for the Best BSc Environmental Science dissertation. So we're now going to move on to graduates from the 2021 academic year. And as I said, we have a very special award to start this off, which is the award for a Doctor of Science. And a Doctor of Science award is a very rare and special award to a professor, in this case to a professor at the Natural Resources Institute, that is made in recognition of a career-long, world-leading contribution to tropical zoology. This is only the second such award made by the university and the first to a member of staff from the Natural Resources Institute. An example of the excellence of the work conducted by the candidate is his work on the elimination of river blindness from Bioko Island in Equatorial Guinea by controlling black fly populations which transmit the disease. This has protected the lives of more than 350,000 people on that island, and it's an approach that's been rolled out across Africa, protecting many more. This work formed part of NRI's submission that was awarded a Queen's Anniversary Prize for Higher and Further Education in 2020. So the degree Doctor of Science, in recognition of this sustained programme of research relating to understanding the causes of change in biological populations and their consequences for the management of vector-borne diseases, agricultural pests, and species of conservation concern, the degree of Doctor of Science is awarded to Robert Alexander Cheek. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, in recognition of a programme of work entitled The Dietary Ecology of Myotosis naturae and Pipistrellus in the context of ecosystem services within the agricultural matrix, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Kate Elizabeth Denton. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Sugar Feeding in Mosquitoes, the Ingestion and Fate of Carbohydrates and Plant Secondary Metabolites in Vector Mosquitoes, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Louise Maria Malgren. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Understanding the Mechanisms of Resistance to Cassava Mosaic Begomovirus in Cassava, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Erica Nguyen Sang. In recognition of a programme of work entitled Structural and Biochemical Factors Affecting Apple Response to Long-Term Low Oxygen Storage, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is awarded to Rosalind Jennifer Fisher. For the degree of Master of Science, Agriculture for Sustainable Development, Olowadamilari Oyo Asan Osofisian. Sorry. For the degree of Master of Science, Applied Food Safety and Quality Management, Adishola Adi Din Siwo. Simone Pilani. Asfa Pavin. Aditi Sharma. And Amy Xavier. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Environmental Sciences, Sabana Tajmin Kanom. Yvine Pret Venturin, who also receives the University of Greenwich Merit Award for Outstanding Achievement. Louise Ellen Lydia Anastasia Natasha Sinnott, who also receives the Natural Resources Institute Prize for Best BSc Environmental Sciences dissertation. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Physical Geography, Luke Thomas Arshcott, who also receives the Natural Resources Institute Prize for Best BSc Physical Geography dissertation. And Ishfaqul Hassan. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that concludes the list of award holders from the Natural Resources Institute.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I now call upon Lindsay Pamphilon to present to you award holders from University Centre Hadlow.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor. I have the honour to present to you award holders from University Centre Hadlow, graduating from 2019-20 academic year for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Animal Conservation and Biodiversity, Jenna Murray. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Applied Behavioural Science and Welfare, Nicole Louise Catling. Verna Carolina Vilpula. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Equine Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Michael Bannister, who also receives the University of Greenwich Merit Award for Outstanding Achievement. Nicola Benson. Isabel Emily Becks. Clarissa Cunningham. Clara Davidson. Eloise Dubrow. Catherine Rose Fairweather. Courtney Knapp. Alessia Spettina. Cherise Daisy Watson. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Equine and Training and Management, Maria Iotis. Oliver Alexandra Dickinson. Nicole Marlowe Evans. Fallon Griffiths. Tanisha Holmes. Go on, Tanisha. Jessica Nix. Sally Pascoe. Kerry-Ann Wallage. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, Horticulture Commercial, Graham Coleman. Jasper Robbins. Anna Winter. For the degree of Bachelor of Science, International Agriculture, Mitchell Gamachuria Nyatando. Daniel Owen Smith. For the foundation degree, Science, Applied Behavioural Science and Welfare, Destiny Dipaya Gore. For the foundation degree, Science, Landscape and Countryside Management, Megan Angela Amos. Graduating from 2020-2021 academic year, for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Animal Conservation and Biodiversity, Charlotte Holly Abrahams. Katie Jane Brightwell. Ian Quitera Basich. Jade Debling. Tara Louise Douglas. Chelsea Embury. Alice Freeman. Bethany Jeffries. Natasha Lawson Hale. Daniel Sturgis. Marshall Thomas. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Animal Management, Ellie Brumbow. Eloise Lomas. Alice Putney. Nicole Catherine Woods. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Applied Behavioural Science and Welfare, Bethany Fisher. Emily Gilbert. Sean Kensit. Leah King. Chloe Miles. Max Richmond. Amy Turner. Chloe White. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Aquaculture and Fisheries Management, Jonathan May. Finley Rich. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Equine Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Isabella Mercedes Andrew Franciscus. Charlotte Jessica Carol Baines. Amber Baker. Rowan Esther Carroll. Hannah French. Amber Giggins. James Hart. Dana Myra. Chloe Petts. Rowena Redgrave. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Equine Training and Management, Katya Sylvia Starr Grimmer. For the degree of Bachelor of Science International Agriculture, Michael Afolayan Odiyemi. For the degree of Bachelor of Science Landscape and Countryside Management, Sylvia Harmer. David Rowlands, who also receives the University of Greenwich Merit Award for Outstanding Achievement. For the Foundation Degree Science, Animal Conservation and Biodiversity, Olga Christina Alves. Jacqueline Williams. For the Foundation Degree Applied Behavioural Science and Welfare, Jessica Ridley-Ellis. For the Foundation Degree Equine Sports Therapy and Rehabilitation, Katie Coleman-Young. Georgia Eade. For the Foundation Degree Science, Equine Training and Management, Tamara Daly. Matthew Whedon. Emily Hall. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, that completes the list of award holders from the University Centre Hadlow.
Deputy Vice-Chancellor, I call upon you to confer the awards.
I will now proceed to read a formal set of words that will turn our graduates into graduates. It is not actually my handshake that does this. It is actually the formal words that I'm about to read. It is a bit like a magic spell that suddenly transforms our graduates into graduates. But for the spell to work really well, I need the graduates to please stand up. And I can see some of you looking a little bit worried. Let me reassure you that this is not a painful spell. It will not change your shape. However, we do hope that it will change your attitude and your outlook later in life. And as I finish in a minute reading this formal set of words and our graduates become our graduates, I would like to hear the loudest possible cheer from the audience. This is quite a well-built cathedral. It stood here for many hundreds of years. It will withstand quite a bit of noise and vibration, so I want to hear the loudest possible cheer. So these are the formal words. By the virtue of the powers vested in me as Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the University of Greenwich, I confer upon all those who have been presented the title, award, and honors to which you are entitled. Congratulations! You may now sit down as graduates of the University of Greenwich. And as Deputy Vice-Chancellor of the University of Greenwich, it is an absolute honor, a pleasure, and a real privilege to congratulate you all for your wonderful achievements leading to your graduation today. This is indeed a day of celebration. It is fantastic to finally be here in this wonderful cathedral and to be able to celebrate with so many of you. It is also a time to reflect on those who have helped you on the way, your family and your friends, They will have supported you probably financially, but more importantly, emotionally. And I know that you graduates would like to thank them. So can I once more ask you to stand up? And in order to recognize the support that you've had from your friends and family, to thank them with a similar, equally loud cheer to the one that they've just given you. Thank you. Thank you for that. You may sit down again. Graduation marks the end of an important part in your lives and the beginning of the next. So I want you to enjoy this moment. I want you to take this time to pause, to reflect, and to recognize the journey that you took to get where you are today. Many of you will have juggled multiple responsibilities. You will have cared for families, you will have worked, and you have persevered through a global pandemic. And despite all the challenges that life has thrown at you, here you are graduating from our university. So you have every right to be incredibly proud of your achievements and the resilience and determination that you have shown to be here today. Do give yourself time to reflect on the lovely memories you have, the friends for life that you have made, the skills that you have gained, and each and every one of your achievements. Allow yourself some time over the next few days to stop and record these achievements and ensure that whenever you need to remind yourself of what you can do, they are there for you to refer to. Throughout the last year, the University of Greenwich has also had some wonderful achievements. The University of Greenwich ranked 11th worldwide in the category of reducing inequalities. We became the top modern London university for graduate prospects and kept our first-class rating by the People and Planet University League for our environmental and ethical performance. And the university was awarded a prestigious Queen's Anniversary Prize for higher and further education for the work of the Natural Resources Institute on sustainable pest management. We have also continued to play our part in the response to the COVID crisis by donating PPE, by seconding staff and students to work at the NHS, and by supporting with the vaccination effort. Many of our students and staff have volunteered in various ways, generously donating their time to make a difference to people's lives. Whilst right now, the next stage of your life may feel extremely daunting, stay calm, stay focused, and always remember what you have to offer. Always be the best version of yourself. The university has prepared you for this. You've had lots of opportunities to work in teams, to adapt to new situations, to solve problems, to do research, and to be real change makers. I have absolutely no doubt that you are more than ready for whatever lies ahead. Don't lose sight of that. Just remember to keep on learning as much as you can, and always, always look after your physical and your mental health. As you take this next step towards your future, be confident, be proud, be caring, but above all, aim high. Take inspiration from those who have gone before you, and those that are now sitting right next to you, and those that you know. I would also like to recognize our wonderful staff at the university. A university does not exist without staff. Many of this staff will have supported you during your journey. And I would now like to ask the academic and professional service staff to please stand up. And I would like everybody here to join me in thanking the Pro-Vice Chancellor, the senior team, the academic staff, and the members of the support services for everything they have done to support our students and make the University of Greenwich such a wonderful, friendly, and supportive place to be. Thank you. You may now sit down. Graduates, as of today, you have joined a global alumni community that is now over 250,000 strong. Now more than ever, this community is a powerful resource for you to lean on, and they, along with the university, are here to help you progress in your graduate career. It also gives you access to the full services of the employability and career services for up to 2 years beyond completion of your studies. I would also like to encourage you to sign up to Ask Alumni, where you can connect to fellow alumni, expand your professional networks, and seek out career insights to help you navigate the next stages of your journey. On behalf of the university, I offer you all huge congratulations, and I look forward with great excitement to hear about all your future achievements. Thank you.
Before we close, I have one final announcement. This marks the final ceremony in Rochester Cathedral this week, and that we were able to do so, to provide these ceremonies, is down to the hard work and dedication of especially a small team. Many of you will know that lots of universities in the UK have chosen not to do face-to-face graduation ceremonies this summer, and there are good reasons for that. But at the University of Greenwich, we were determined to give our graduates their moment to cross the stage. Nearly 1,000 students have done so in this cathedral this week, and that is in no small part down to the awards team, who many of you will have encountered in booking, in arriving today, and in fact in just before you cross the stage. So before we close, could I just please ask you to show one more show of appreciation to the awards team. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Pro-Vice-Chancellor, distinguished guests, that completes this morning's presentation of successful award holders of the University of Greenwich. Would guests please remain seated until the processions have left the cathedral and follow the directions of stewards to the refreshments. Thank you very much, and one final time, congratulations.